Greetings commanders and welcome back to the Warpath video. My name is Eagle and in this video we're going to tell you all you need to know about the units upgrade system in Warpath. But if you're a veteran player or a player who already knows everything about this system, then you might also be interested in this video because we're going to also tell you exactly how many units you need in order to reach and max out a unit in Warpath. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so to start off, let's explain firstly how you can actually acquire units in Warpath. First thing is actually throughout coupons, and basically coupons you have two types. You have the universal ones and you have the camp specific ones. The universal ones will give you a unit from a random camp from one of the three ones, which are Camp Liberty, Martyr's Watch, and Vanguard Division. However, the camp specific ones will give you specifically that camp's units and only that camp's units. So if you have, for example, like 152 over here, and if I use them on Camp Liberty right now, then I'm gonna get 152 Camp Liberty units. Now, these units differ from the stars that you're actually gonna be getting. And in order to see that, you can see the drop pool over here, and then you click on the rates. And this will show you exactly what are the rates for the drops. So for instance, you're actually gonna be getting 4% of the time a 5-star unit, and then 35% of the time a 4-star unit, and then 61%, which is the majority, a 3-star unit. Now 3-star units are useless, so you're always gonna be disassembling those, but they're actually useful for one thing, which is basically you're gonna get a lot of components from these. So when you disassemble them, you're gonna actually get their components. However, 4-star and 5-star units, what you're gonna use is actually you're gonna assemble them and upgrade your units to the next level. So we're going to tell you exactly how many 4 stars you will need in order to max out a unit, but before we do that, we're going to explain exactly how the unit system works and how can you actually get a unit to the max out level. So each unit in Warpath starts off as 4 stars, and there are some 3-star units, but as we said, they are actually useless and they are not used at all in the fights. Even when you start off the game, they're not used at all, so you start off with a 4-star unit. And as you can see, the higher the stars go, the more firepower and durability and the general stats of units will increase. So in order to increase the stars and actually gain more power for that specific unit, if you click at the info button over here, it will tell you exactly what do you need to do in order to reach that specific star level of a unit. So if we go, for example, to a 4.5-star unit over here, you would actually need 3 4-stars unit in order to upgrade it. But those 3 4-star units have to be of the same unit type in order to actually get that 4.5 level stars. And if we move on to the 5-star units, then you will need 3 4.5-star units, but those has to be from the same camp, but not necessarily the same unit type. So as you can see, whenever you don't see this specific image of the same unit type, then that means you just randomly need 2 more tanks from the same camp that are of that specific star level. And this is actually where things get really interesting. So that means you would then actually just require 2 more tanks that you usually don't play within your roster. So for instance, if you don't actually have a medium tank for Vanguard Division and you don't plan on playing it later on in the future, then definitely you should be using that to upgrade your ATG if you wanted to go to the next level, because that medium tank will be technically useless and it's only used for assembling and upgrading your other units that you're going to be using in the fights. And then we move on over here to the 5.5-star units, then that require 2 5-star units of the same unit type. The 6-star unit over here actually requires 5.5-star units, 3 of them, but they don't have to be of the same type, just the same camp. But when it comes to the 6.5-star unit, then you would need 2 6-star units of the same type. And then of course, finally, we have the 7-star units over here, which are basically very, very strong. Then you definitely need 3 6.5-star units, but they don't have to be from the same unit type. But for the biggest upgrade, which I think is one of the hardest ones actually, this one over here requires a hell lot of units of the same type. You require 3 7-star units of the same type in order to get 7.5-star units. These units will give you a massive power boost, but also will take a lot of units in order to actually get it to this level. And the reason for that is because of the amount of specific unit types that you require in order to get of this level. And then of course, finally, we have the 7-star dash units, basically. I don't know what you want to call them, maxed out units, basically. These units require 3 of the ones that are previous, so 7 stars and a half, and these units are actually crazy powerful. They are the max out units in the game basically, and they require immense amount of units. Let me tell you exactly how many 4 stars you require from basically the whole camp. So we're not talking about unit specific, we're just talking about the whole camp. So let's say I want to get my ATG all the way to max out to this level over here. I would basically need 2,916 4 stars units of the Vanguard division, regardless of the unit type. That means that you still need a good amount of ATGs, of course, but not as much as actually the other units, because you would require more other units than you would require for the ATG. But when it comes to, if you want to get them to only this level over here, this one over here, then you would require only 972 4-star units in order to get them all the way to this like unit level over here. In order to jump from this one to all the way to maxing it out, that requires 3 times the amount, which is kind of intense and insane. It does require a lot of units in order to max a unit out, but reaching this point, I believe, is very, very good, especially for players in their mid game. If you have some of these units at this point, then I would definitely wait on the investment to the last one over here, unless you really, really want that unit maxed out, and actually focus a little bit on other unit types as well, because as we said, it will take you so much time in order to max it out, and a lot of 4-star units as well from that specific division. If you are interested in more calculations and actually better numbers and how to optimize this whole process, then I will definitely be sharing some written guides, because I think this topic requires a lot of calculations. If we talk about this only statistically, then we can actually do some calculations and give you an estimate of how much exactly of that specific unit type you will need. So all these calculations will be available in my Discord in the future. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be working on a comprehensive guide for you guys. I will probably be making a video about that and how to perfectly optimize your upgrades in order to actually get the units upgrades the fastest way possible. And of course, if you have more coupons, you can get them faster, but I mean the fastest way possible with focusing on specific unit types and giving it like kind of some minimal like micro optimizations in order to get these faster. I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, maybe throw us a like down there and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we will definitely see you on the next video. Bye bye.